After a lot of discussions and a little more convincing, you finally hit the stage where your first client is ready to assign you his very first project. Congratulations, it's time to celebrate this big moment. You're finally spreading your wings and getting started with your entrepreneurial journey. You have a long way to go, but this is a pretty good start. Welcome back to Arkia, my friend. I'm Utsav Kamboj and I'm obsessed with all things design and inspiration. I've helped so many architects and designers embark their entrepreneurial journey, and it has been such an amazing journey so far. So now that your client is ready to assign you the project, this is the right time to open up about your fee structure, your services, your unique offerings, the timeline of the project, the terms of project completion, documentation, and each of these details go into the contract. This is also the time where you talk about the token amount before you officially start the project, and there is nothing wrong about asking your fee. You're doing business, and there is no such thing as being shy in business. Just speak out and just say the word. So this is the stage where you discuss all these details before you see off your client and put all these details in the form of a contract. Do you know that you can get an appointment letter signed by the client for the time being until your contract is ready and signed by both parties? Yes. So Council of Architecture provides a letter of appointment on their website that you can download and use. So I think how this helps is that if you don't have your agreement ready yet, for the time being, you can use this appointment letter, put all the details over there and get it signed. So what this means is as soon as you and the client agree to the services, the deliverables, budget, and the fee that you're going to charge, you can immediately put all these details in this appointment letter and get that signed from the client. So click on the link below and download that appointment letter after you finish watching this video. Now let me jump to the details you need to include in the contract. So a verbal agreement sounds very promising at the moment, but in reality it's equal to building castles in the air. So you need to put everything in writing, from stages of the fee that you're going to charge, the deliverables, how many times you're going to visit the site, the contractors, terms and conditions, exit policies, what is going to happen if there's a delay in payment from the client's end, what is going to happen if there's a delay in service from your end, right to get the project documented and published. Everything will come in your contract in written format. Try not to leave anything, any loophole that can backfire you in the future. So the agreement language can't be simplified, but your scope of work can be. So keep all the scope of work simple, to the point, and easy to read for both parties. Your deliverables, your scope and limitations, the timeline, the services, make everything simple to read and understand. So the next thing you want to make sure is to document everything. The timeline of the project, what will be covered in stage 1, what will be covered in stage 2, what will be covered in stage 3. After you have covered the timeline, then comes the fee structure. How much fee you're going to charge at stage 1, how much fee you're going to charge at stage 2, how much fee you're going to charge at stage 3, and so on. What will be your roles and responsibilities? How many times are you going to visit the site? Once a week or twice a week? What are the client's roles and responsibilities for the project? The payment procedures, site clearances, payment procedures for you as well as the contractors or material vendors. What will be the terms and conditions for the other parties? If you're bringing your own contractor, you need to include this in the agreement itself. But if the client is bringing his own contractor, then it's up to them on how they finalize the terms and conditions. But still, you need to include at least one clause so that if there's a delay in service from the contractor's end, your payment doesn't get delayed. So the one detail that most people ignore, the exit clause. So in case of a dispute, if the client did something wrong and you don't want to work with them, or if there was something wrong on your end and the client doesn't want to work with you anymore, or if any terms and conditions from the agreement are not met by any of you, or maybe some other dispute, you need to include a clause for this as well. Otherwise, it's gonna get super ugly, much uglier than you can anticipate. You also need to clearly state the area of the project, scope of the project, site address, your address, any additional charges, how you're going about documenting different stages of the project, and use it on your platforms to make things clear on paper. So now using a stamp paper or a letterhead adds a lot of weight to the seriousness of the agreement. The first page can be a letterhead or a stamp paper, and the other pages can be the normal ones. In fact, even if you're getting an appointment letter signed by the client, printing it out on your letterhead and then getting it signed makes a much bigger impact. And both the parties want to keep this confidential. All the details of the agreement stays between the two of you. So this sounds like a lot, right? How do I start the agreement template? How do I structure it? How do I write? So did I tell you about the agreement template that I have ready to use for you in Word format? So click on the link in the description of this video where the appointment letter and the agreement template in Word format, which is super easy to use. You just have to edit the details and make some arrangements, are waiting for you. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you soon in the next video.